Alright guys, I was sent this earlier today. I'll block the name just because I think I know who it is and it's a guy that's in the community, so to speak, and does stuff. So anyway, what a surprise that this fucking Suffy, whatever the fuck his name is, this guy who has tried to fake dying before, fake all this stuff for sympathy and clout, quoting posts of me saying that he's been through all the same stuff as me, done the same stuff as me. Now he has currently been posting that he's hospitalized. His health is failing him for playing a video game, which sounds so fucking ridiculous. I'd love to see that health record. Your health is failing you from playing a video game. You're hospitalized from it. Turn off the system. Are you trying to commit suicide? Do we need to put the suicide fucking hotline for this guy? Turn off the system. Well, guess what? Anyway, he doesn't look very hospitalized to me. Looks like he's in his room playing video games. What a fucking coincidence. And people feel bad for this motherfucker, dude. Are you serious? You know, again, I've said this so many times before. It has nothing to do with being LGBTQ, whatever the fuck. You are a shitty person. And so many of these people, whenever they get caught being a shitty person, they just default to, I'm LGBTQ. What the fuck are you talking about? You're a shitty person. This has nothing to do with that. Oh, do you hate gay people? Do you hate transgender people? No, I just don't like you because you're a fucking idiot. Look at the stuff that you joke about and fake, dude. Wow. You don't look very sick to me. You've been playing video games. I guess you're trying to commit suicide, and that doesn't look like a fucking hospital to me. But you're hospitalized and your health is failing you. Like you're just a fucking piece of shit. You know, the things that these guys joke about. And I guess, you know, from a certain perspective, of course, there's that I'll try to make this into a positive story somehow, right? From a certain perspective, right? There's this idea that, you know, when you go off into life, you know what I mean, and you have a dream, like I'm sure a lot of these guys dream about being good at video games and doing something like, right? So it's like, oh, hey, my parents want me to get a quotation marks real job, but hey, mom, dad, let me just try this once. Let me try this and let me give it my all. Before I fail, at least let me fail knowing I gave it 100%, so to speak, right? Well, motherfucker, you gave it 100% apparently, and you're not good. You're not some pro player, despite people calling you a pro player. You're not out winning all these tournaments. You've played so many fucking video games, which I don't even fucking believe this in the first place, that you've been hospitalized. The doctor hospitalized you for playing too many video games. Can we please see this health record? Because that sounds retarded. I think the doctor would tell you just to shut off the machine, the console. Or are you trying to kill yourself? Maybe you should be put in a mental hospital, right? You know, so, but it's like, okay, well, there you go. It's very beautiful. You tried your best. You tried so hard at video games that you put yourself in the hospital from playing video games. I think that means that you failed. If you played so many video games that you were hospitalized for and you still can't win and you still have never done anything legitimately for the community, then yeah, you gave it 100%. You probably should get a real job. But unfortunately, the community coddles fucking idiots like you. You know, I've told this again, trying to make this more of a positive story. You know, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, fighters, whatever. I've told the story so many times. You know what? I wasn't even necessarily going to play the game. I just like Vegito, so I thought maybe I would. But I looked at how the game was working, the footage, and I'm like, people are wrong about how this game is going to work. This isn't how the game is going to work. And I was like, you know what? I've already done all these other games. I've won all these other tournaments, game after game after game, year after year. I've always called them, you know, accurately. And then people still thought I was going to be wrong. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prove that I'm the best tech dude of all time. No question. No question. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm the best tech dude ever. Combo dude, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So in this endeavor for Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I watched a lot of matches that were fucking boring as fuck. I watched all the scrubs play. I watched probably hours, right? I mean, not as many hours, you know, comparatively to how many people, how long people play video games nowadays. From what I hear, I didn't watch that much. But for me, I watched a lot of footage, right? So, you know, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch all the scrubs play because then I can see all the properties of moves. Because I've said many times before, when a game is brand new, any information is valuable. Technically, nobody is the best yet, you know, from a certain perspective. So I watched all these boring matches just so I could see the properties of moves, and I knew that I would be correct, right? And look at how the game has turned out, right? And even throughout the course of the game, I've played so many characters that I normally don't even give a fuck about playing. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to prove I'm the best. I mean, look at that fucking Napa shit. I played Napa for what, 2 hours, and I did more than the community had done in 4 years, technically, right? I still put out new stuff. You know what I mean? So that endeavor, I was successful. I proved I was the best. You know what I mean? It did take some work. I had to do stuff that I didn't necessarily want to do, but, you know, I did it. I succeeded. And when I did that, I've said before, I'm like, I never, games mean even less to me now. I already proved I'm the best, right? So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just think it's crazy that, you know, motherfuckers, the stuff that people lie about, and then, you know, no accountability, no shame for these motherfuckers. It's just disgusting. So by all means, you know, share these videos if you can, expose these guys. I mean, come on, dude. Even if you don't like me, which why would you not? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, how many times have I showed you my health record and the kind of stuff, the kind of stalkers that I've dealt with in the community and the stuff that I've done for the community despite the lies. But let's assume that you hate me. Just as a human being, don't you think it's kind of fucked up for a guy to say he's been hospitalized trying to get, you know, clout for all this shit? And he's, wow, man, doesn't look like your health is failing you. Are you fucking kidding me? That doesn't look like a hospital to me. Turn off the fucking system, or someone should post a suicide hotline for this guy. Are you kidding me? Just disgusting, like despicable.
The audacity! The audacity! Despicable!
What is this despicable? What is despicable? Why am I thinking of that word right now? Anyway, the end.